Hi, I'm O.C. Farrell, and I'm a University Distinguished Professor of Marketing and the Bill Daniels Professor of Business Ethics at the University of New Mexico Anderson School of Management, and looking forward to helping co-lead your class on business ethics at the University of Kentucky. And I view this as an incredible opportunity to share with you my lifetime journey through the area of business ethics. Linda and I have the leading business ethics textbook that's used in universities, but we're very unique in that we have really connected with the business community and have cutting edge knowledge about best practices in ethics and compliance in corporate America. Most of my academic research has been in the area of marketing ethics and business ethics, and have over 100 articles in that area, as well as a number of textbooks. So looking forward to joining you in the classroom.
And I'm Linda Farrell, Professor of Marketing, and Bill Daniels, Professor of Business Ethics, and I'm also looking forward to this course as well. We work quite closely with business, as O.C. said. We're both on the board of the National Association of State Boards of Accountancy Center for the Public Trust. We've helped establish student chapters for ethical leadership around the country. We've also helped to develop the ethical leadership certification that you're going to have the option to take as part of this class. So we're fairly connected with business. We've also received support from a large foundation, the Daniels Fund. We received a $1.25 million grant for business ethics education, and we work with University of Utah, Wyoming, Colorado State, Northern Colorado, CU Colorado Springs, University of Denver, and New Mexico State, who are also funded at a similar level to us. So there's a lot of things that we do collaboratively among this 8-school consortium to advance business ethics education, and we'll be talking about that this semester as well.
Well, we'll give you a brief overview of what the class is about. I think our whole mission on this is to help equip you to be more familiar with organizational business ethics decision making and some of the issues, frameworks, and concepts that will help you make better ethical decisions. But more important than that is become an ethical leader within your organization. This is what this course is all about. It's about ethical leadership. It's not just, do you have good ethics, which we're going to assume from the beginning that you have good ethics, but more importantly, can you lead a team or a group or an entire organization in their ethical decision making? We'll talk about the concepts, approaches that are being used today in the business world, and those types of things that you need to know in order to be very competent in this area.
Prior to the first class, we'd like for you to watch an HBO film called Too Big to Fail. The film Too Big to Fail came out a few years ago, and it looked at what happened in 2008 when Lehman Brothers went out of business, Bear Stearns was assisted, other companies were teetering. The decision had to be made as to what the government was going to do to help basically keep us from experiencing a depression, not the Great Recession. So we'd like for you to watch that before the first class period, before Monday, because we'll be talking about it fairly extensively in terms of the retrospectives, the 5-year anniversary a year ago, when Henry Paulson shared his thoughts as to where we're going, how we prevent future crises, and so on. So if you could watch that before the class period, it'd be enormously helpful.
The financial crisis that we went through between starting in 2008 all the way unwinding even now was rooted in unethical conduct. It started at the very bottom with liar loans, mortgage brokers not really getting the adequate information, financial information they needed, or in some cases making it up. So all of these problems that occurred started off with unethical conduct. We will look at that, look at where we are today and what we can expect in the future. And we're going to address that the first day of class. I think it's important that we explain to you what we expect in the area of your participation. Of course, we always encourage, it's a large class, we encourage you to get involved in every topic that we talk about, ask questions, make comments, but you will have 2 assignments where you'll be working in your 16 teams. And the first area we'll be looking at is in terms of casework. So you will be assigned before we arrive a case. There will be 2 teams assigned to each case, and at random we will choose one team to present the case, and you will be presenting the case in a time limit of 12 minutes. And you might wonder why we've considered 12 minutes. Well, it's the nature of this class. There's enough teams in the class for everyone to have this opportunity. We have to limit the time. We also have gone through a lot of case presentations, competitive case presentations, and we find 12 minutes is an adequate time to give a good executive summary. So we don't want you to go back and talk about the history of the company and who was president 10 years ago, those types of things. You need to focus on the issues that we have pointed out in the syllabus. And they include, first of all, the challenges that this firm is facing today. This is a business ethics course. So what are the ethical risks that you see in this organization? Are they prepared to respond? Do they have the structure in order to handle things? Do they have the leadership in the organization to handle the risks that they are exposed to? So you would look at your case and do hopefully outside research beyond the case in order to determine where they are today, how they've addressed these risks. And in doing this, you should utilize the concepts, the frameworks that you find in your reading material in the textbook.
The other project involves debate issues. We've developed these debate issues with our Daniels Fund grant. They're hyperlinked to your syllabus. One team is assigned the pro side, one team is assigned the con side, and you'll be getting an email, team numbers, which side you're on, team numbers, which cases you have as well. So what we'd like for you to do with the debate issues is do some research on the subject matter. For example, the first one is clearance pricing. And clearance sale is regulated by the use of the word sale. Clearance footwear is not regulated. There's no expectation, well, there may be an expectation, but there's no mandated discount that applies to clearance shoes or clearance electronics. So that makes for an interesting conversation, because the word clearance in consumers' minds means you have the expectation of having a larger discount than a sale. It may be end of season, it may be a change in technology. You think about all the reasons you see clearance events. So each side, assign one pro, one con, do extensive research, build your case, get behind whichever side you're on, and find legitimate evidence to document and defend that what you're recommending and supporting is good practice, common practice, okay, or on the con side, that it's not. And possibly the word might need some regulation because it's being so widely misused. You can see there's good ground to stand on both sides, the pro and con side. Document your research, put together a PowerPoint or presentation. Feel free to email us with questions. We want to hit the ground running since we only have 5 face-to-face meetings in that week in May. So we want to make sure that you feel confident and comfortable to roll with the first cases and debate issues when we arrive.
You'll have 10 minutes to present your side in each debate. So there's 2 teams obviously involved, a pro side, con side. You'll be assigned to those sides so you'll know which one you're on. It really doesn't matter how you get assigned, because in the business world, you're always going to be in situations where you have to defend a position. And we've carefully chosen these debates and wrote these debates on issues that we know have 2 sides of the story. So you've got to learn to defend your side of the story, and that's, you take your best shot at it. So there will be a real limit of 10 minutes, but afterwards there will be some cross-examination between the 2 teams, and then open up to the group.
By the way, I want to make another point about Too Big to Fail is also available on Netflix. So again, make sure you watch Too Big to Fail before the first class period. It's a 2011 film. It is very accurate in terms of what happened, and therefore very dramatic. So I think you'll enjoy it, and I think our comments in class, the first class period, will provide some guidance on what could have been done to help prevent this, and why we may be teetering in the future going forward, and may have some of the similar problems as banks and auto lenders move back into the subprime market.
Yeah, I think watching Too Big to Fail, if you haven't seen it, you can invite your friends and family to join you in watching it, because it's really a good movie. So it's one of the easier assignments to do. One more thing I should tell you is on your cases, they will require a 5-page double-spaced analysis to be turned in. and you should turn that in on the day that you do your case. So the team one that's starting the first day of class, I realize that may be a little tight, and so for this first day, we'll give you until Tuesday, our second meeting, before we have to turn it in. You may want to get some direction from us once we arrive. But that 5 pages, we give you a lot of latitude. Obviously, I went over what are the issues to cover, but since the cases are different and they face different challenges, we simply want to see your analysis and, of course, footnotes on any research you did. So that is your only written assignment in the case write-up. But for the debates, you will need to use PowerPoints and put your case together for your side. And of course, with the case presentations, you probably want to use some PowerPoints also.
So we're looking forward to seeing you soon. Make sure you email us if you have any questions at all.
Hey, thanks, and we really look forward to being there and getting to know you.